Did you know that the strongest prison on earth is your mind? What if someone unlocked your prison today? Would you even walk out? Ryan lived in the countryside surrounded by wildlife. He was ambitious and hardworking, but after betrayal by a close friend, he retreated to his room, barely meeting others, until a lion changed his life. A dedicated game ranger, Ryan lived quietly in a wildlife reserve. He lived alongside his wife and two children. A few houses away lived his closest friend Tim, a passionate biologist. Ryan enjoyed his job, as each day a new challenge presented itself. He tracked animal movements, managed the land, and drove tourists on scenic views around the reserve. His love for animals meant that even after hours he would sit in the bush and enjoy the company of wildlife, some days even spending the night on rocks just for fun. Ryan thought his life was good until it wasn't. Peace vanished without warning, and calm slipped away in the dark. Sensing tension in the house, he hastily organized a vacation. Little did he know the ship had already sailed. A sudden, painful realization hit him. He had neglected his family for years, and his children barely recognized him. He apologized to his wife, but the apology came too late. She laid the facts bare. You were not there when we needed you most, when the kids were sick, when I was sick, when I asked you to make time for the family, to attend school events. You turned your back on us, and this is where it stops. She paused, then dropped a bombshell. I have been seeing Tim for over a year now. We are starting a new chapter together. This marriage ended last year. For a full year, the secret affair blossomed behind his back. Ryan fell on his knees in disbelief. Tim, his best friend, had just destroyed him. He buried his face in his hands, squeezed his eyes shut, and cried, not because his wife was leaving him, but because of Tim. How could he backstab him? He prayed for the first time in many years. Dear universe, please make Tim disappear from the face of the earth. Send him to hell right now. Ooh, great one. Why have you abandoned me? What have I done to deserve this? I never learned how to be a good husband because my own father never taught me. He abandoned me. He then turned to his wife, pointing a finger and shouting on top of his voice, I will never forgive you. When he looked around, he noticed his kids were crying. They had never seen him shouting before. They were traumatized and scared. Tears gave way to fury. He struck the floor with his fists, cursing the day Tim was born. The idea of Tim and his wife living together sent shockwaves through his spine. The silent journey back home was the most painful for Ryan. He rehearsed beating Tim to a pulp, replaying the scene over and over in his mind. He visualizes Tim lying on the floor, pleading for mercy. But it was too late. Tim's house was empty. He had already left. Later that day, his wife and kids packed and left him in disbelief. The months that followed were very difficult. Ryan refused invitations, turned down opportunities, stopped answering phone calls. Whenever someone offered help, he thought, people always disappoint. He wasn't avoiding pain anymore. He was avoiding hope. His mind imprisoned him with phrases like, you are useless. You do not deserve happiness. People will always let you down. They will judge you. If you are not perfect, then you are a failure. You are just like your father. Disappointments slowly teach the mind that trying is dangerous. Ryan mistook caution for wisdom, but it was fear wearing wisdom's clothes. Fear floods the mind with worst-case scenarios. Fear causes analysis paralysis, and you end up doing nothing. One rainy day, while performing his normal duties, Ryan noticed a lion with its legs tangled in strong wires. It was probably trying to jump over. The massive male had recently escaped into an abandoned fence section during a storm. A few meters from the stranded lion was a steep-sided gorge full of water. For 3 days, the lion paced, roared, and fought the strong wire mesh. The staff could not assist the lion because of the heavy storm and slippery conditions around the fence. The lion eventually became weak and stopped trying. It lay quietly in one corner. On day 4, conditions improved and the staff were able to drive safely through the mud. They removed the entangled wires. Freedom had arrived for the lion. Food was delivered and he ate it all in a hurry. Yet, he didn't move. Minutes passed. Hours passed. The open fence remained. The lion stared ahead. Its body was free. The doctor confirmed that no bones were broken. No sickness was detected. One ranger commented, "Its mind is still imprisoned. Sometimes the prison door opens, but fear stays." Finally, another lion approached from outside. It gave a deep roar and walked easily through the open fence, paused, looked back. Only then did the trapped lion slowly stand, took one step, another step, then suddenly it crossed into freedom. The ranger said to Ryan, "Its prison wasn't the fence, it was certainty." It became certain that nothing would change. Those words pierced through Ryan's broken heart. For the next few days, he could not stop thinking about the lion. He realized his mind had imprisoned him. For how long will he blame others for his misfortunes? The gate is open, yet he stayed there, frozen, stuck in regret and angry memories. He hardly slept, tossing and turning all night, while wrestling with his thoughts. Every painful memory returned: the divorce, the betrayal, his father who abandoned him, his kids who hardly knew him, his late mother who struggled financially. He whispered, "I'm that lion. Nobody is trapping me. I'm trapped by my thoughts." His sister had invited him to a family event, and he turned her down. Neighbors tried including him in their activities, but he refused. He rejected the invitations, not because they came from bad people, but because he expected disappointment. He feared disapproval and was paralyzed by constant overthinking. Invisible prison bars surrounded him, the inner voice constantly judging him and projecting a dim future. Pain protects us once, but fear keeps protecting us long after the danger has disappeared. Ryan understood that he had not been surviving. He had been hiding. The next morning, he did something incredibly small. He called his sister. She cried. She thought he wanted nothing to do with the family. He accepted coffee date with a neighbor, joined the gym to meet new people. None of these solved his life overnight, but each step weakened another invisible chain. Healing doesn't arrive as one giant breakthrough. It arrives through tiny acts of courage repeated daily. Ryan often returns to watch the lions. The same lion now walks proudly with pride. No sign remains of its silent surrender, except in his memory. Months later, Ryan spoke to other rangers. He said, "People think prison is locked doors. The worst prison is believing the door is still locked. Life didn't rescue me. It simply opened the gate. I had to believe it was open." Some people spend years waiting for freedom, not realizing it has already arrived. The opportunity is there. The forgiveness is there. The second chance is there. But fear whispers, "Don't move. It's too dangerous. It's impossible." Remember this: the lion was never defeated by hunger or pain. It was defeated by hopelessness. And the moment it believed movement still mattered, its prison disappeared. Your greatest limitation is rarely the cage around you. It is the story your mind keeps telling you about why you cannot leave.